After melt at high temperature and stamped instantly, a metal becomes a coin of currency. Since then, it was spread to every corner of the world in a unique way. It can penetrate from the bustling place to the wild wilderness across rivers and lakes, mountains and cliffs, as well as across race and religion. The place that human footprint can reach is almost all covered by currency, and people also have profound thinking about currency in different historical periods. From a clay tablet carved with cuneiform, to the appearance of metallic currency, to the gold standard, and to the Bretton Woods system, the currency has undergone a long process of evolution. Since the 19th century, the world countries have successively established central banks. Currency begins to be directly issued by the government and become an instrument of domination for all countries. As for the development history of currency issue initially originated from the folk and then was gradually controlled by the government. Ultimately, the central bank had a monopoly on it. Since then, the government has controlled the distribution rights of currency and controlled the economy. As the issuer of legal tender, government is also the biggest beneficiary, so governments all spare no effort to issue legal tender each year. Therefore, the risk of another crisis is buried, and it is inflation. Once the money becomes a weapon in the hands of politicians, inflation will occur frequently. Monetary theory master Hayek said, "Currency is one of the greatest free tools invented by mankind, but monetary inflation has deprived fairness and justice of the currency itself. When inflation comes, more and more money will be worthless, and the face value of the currency will be larger. Thus, people's savings lose its original purchasing power, making wealth in the hands of people greatly reduced. Especially the price of assets has different volatility in the case of hyperinflation, leading to redistribution of social wealth. In this case, it leads to the phenomenon of the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and that people's insecure sense for the currency issue mechanism by central banks. In recent decades, the global money supply increases in tens of times, along with currency overissue, inflation, and sharp fluctuations in the exchange rate today. The world's central banks print $180 billion worth every month. As the public have witnessed the currency crisis again and again, the criticism of the bill continues to heat up. People eager to have a new financial model that can break the monopoly of the traditional bank, avoid the risk of inflation, and get rid of the fate of being exploited. With the wide application of mobile internet technology, cloud computing, big data, and blockchain distributed account book technology, social division of labor in the industry is getting smaller, and the resource information sharing becomes possible, thus forming a crossing format characterized by sharing economy. Sharing economy becomes a new bright spot of economic growth in the 21st century. Sharing economy can be described as the most popular topic, and the term has entered the Oxford English Dictionary. Defined as an economic system in which assets or services are shared between private individuals, either for free or for a fee, typically by means of the internet. Thanks to the sharing economy, you can easily rent out your car, your apartment, your bike, even your Wi-Fi network when you do not need it. As a new thing, sharing economy impacts our traditional way of life, and entrepreneurial firms have sprung up and taken root around the world with the promotion of capital markets. The sharing economic model represented by Uber in the transport sector and Airbnb in the tourism accommodation industry is overturning the traditional industries in a plurality of vertical fields. In the recession period, These pioneers in the sharing economy field create a very affordable solution for consumers and also provide a new way to make a money channel for those who need to earn extra money or have more flexible working hours. Sharing economy is unconsciously influencing people's consumption concept, and the new way of life is sought after by many young people. Data show that the average traffic per night of Airbnb is up to 425,000 people, more than 22% than the global trading volume of Hilton. Uber has been put into operation in more than 300 cities and is picking millions of passengers up every day. The company is valued for $62.5 billion, far greater than the major airlines including Delta, American Airlines, and United Airlines. The rapid rise of Uber and Airbnb is a model of the successful sharing economy, which is thanks to a wide range of applications including the internet and social networking sites, mobile technology, and big data over the past few years. Our ability to obtain proper information has reached an unprecedented level, and real-time transaction becomes the new normal, while the rise of social networking deepens the connection and trust between people. PwC's report shows that the scale of sharing economy has ranked 5th in the global industry economy. By 2025, the market value of the global sharing economy is estimated to be more than $335 billion, as finance is the core of economy. In the future, the next outlet of sharing economy will be the financial sector. Throughout the development course of humans' commercial civilization, people have been actively seeking a new and disruptive business model to ensure that our idle funds can earn more high returns without depreciation. With the maturity of blockchain technology, the popularity of internet and mobile social networking, and success stories of Uber and Airbnb, it enhances people's understanding and acceptance of the sharing economy. Sharing finance business model first created by Pi Finance is thus generated. By making use of the blockchain consensus financial ledger agreement, Pi Finance promotes a new sharing finance model, featured by sharing of resources, features, functions, and benefits to achieve more effectively and equitably configuration of financial resources. By virtue of the advantage of pan-entertainment industrial chain layout of Pi Group, Pi Finance makes cross-border integration of games and finance and establishes an orderly and closed-loop ecology through the issuance and management of Pi assets to allow users to become beneficiaries of quantitative easing. Under the sharing finance mode, users no longer need to interpret monetary policy but can issue their own currency, thus breaking the fate of being exploited. By using the blockchain technology, Pi Finance achieves open and transparent assets and manage Pi assets with the living socializing and game concept. Social game discovery adopts the distribution method, and Pi can achieve free trade, sale, payment, and so on. In this game, players can issue new Pi assets by sharing their life, business, charity, sports, tourism, and other social ways to combine Pi and the real world closely, so that the game can get insight into the financial needs of the real world to release Pi assets most reasonably, and truly achieve the target the global central banks have declared but never achieved. According to the demand of market economic development for money, make the appropriate quantitative easing. In an unprecedented and innovative way, Pi Finance breaks the pattern of the market-leading status of the traditional financial service, so that financial consumers become dominant from passive. Get directly involved in financial transactions and decisions to build a fair and free sharing financial ecosystem.